What is up, everybody? This is the Sith Dominion podcast here for another episode. Now, you might see that around us here, we have a good amount of guests here today, but we'll go over. We have Andrew Whaley down here. Say hi, Andrew.
It's Andre Whaley, but I'll let it slide. How's everyone doing?
Heck yeah. And from the House of Izza podcast, they're a podcast that we've had people on from our show back and forth. We felt like we got to get both of them on now. We have Tiger and Echo. How's it going, y'all?
Good.
That was way too kiddly.
I was not expecting to die laughing within the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, we like to have fun. No, but like, how's it going? I heard that y'all three just did a show, right, on the House of Izza podcast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, on Saturday we did it.
What was it over?
Mandalorian season 2, episode
6.
Heck
And
yeah.
then 7 is next week, so
6, 7, and then 8, 9.
Right.
8, 9.
10, 11.
Yeah, dude. What's been going on with Star Wars though? Like, have y'all seen that Super Bowl trailer?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What was that? It felt like one of those truck commercials that they did with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the explanation that came out the next morning. Lucasfilm, I don't know exactly who from Lucasfilm said this quote, but it is, our creative and marketing team landed on a unique concept that gave a nod to classic big game spots of years past. It captured the warmth, humor, and emotional connection between these two beloved characters and was the perfect next step for our campaign to lead up to their big screen debut this summer. They wanted it to feel instantly iconic, cinematic, and quintessentially Star Wars. It was directed by Jon Favreau and reportedly cost over $7 million to be featured in the Super Bowl. It was
What
either
a waste.
you had to explain it. So
What a waste. $7 million?
well,
It's
part
so
of that
much.
was probably for the ad as like to be in the Super
Bad
Bowl.
spot. Yeah, but
But still, like for a 30-second
Oh.
ad that it didn't show us anything new about the movie. It didn't get us any more excited, I would think. And
yeah, it
they could have
just
used
let
that for an
everyone.
active trailer.
Yeah.
It just let everyone know, hey, Star Wars movie coming out.
Right. Like you would think for
It's
the
a
Super
movie.
Bowl, you'd want there to get marketing, and it just fell flat, unfortunately.
So sad. Speaking of Super Bowl, huh? One of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen.
Oh,
That
I know.
was so
It was
bad.
bad. It
I
made
was
me
going to mention, the Star Wars ad wasn't the only thing that fell flat.
Dude.
True.
I only
Like-
watched maybe 1 second of the Super Bowl
Really?
and watched the Turning Point USA halftime show.
The one
Yeah.
with Kid Rock. Yeah. Oh, the Bad Bunny one. We ended up watching it. All my roommates love him, but it wasn't bad. It had a good message. On the football he was carrying the whole time. It said, "Together we are America." It was cool.
Yeah,
It was cool.
He had more yards than the Patriots did. He carried the football for like 120.
He had more yards.
Yeah, I told someone
That's
because I didn't watch it not because like for political reasons or Bad Bunny. I just don't really know who he is as an artist,
Yeah.
and I'm just not familiar with that type of music. And nothing against him or his music, but I've seen clips from it, and it did look like it was neat. Like from a production standpoint, they had all the cool stuff or whatever. But I just
that's
and
number
it's-
6, 7 was my favorite.
And that's not the first time I've done that. If it's a Super Bowl halftime show and it's not someone I'm familiar with, I usually use that to restock on food, go to the bathroom, like get ready for the second half. And so, anyway.
No, that's real. I don't even know what I was about to say. Usually, I mean, for something like this, it's just a little different, and it's
Yeah.
not getting into the politics of it, but like I can see how people wouldn't want to watch it. It's mostly in Spanish. Like, there's a difference between listening to something you don't know in your language and listening to something you don't know in another. You don't even. There's not a concept of understanding. All you can feel is what you see and what you hear. You can understand it. Yeah.
I will say the national anthem by Charlie Puth was really good. That's got to be up there with like Whitney Houston and Chris Stapleton from a couple years ago. Like already, like that's for me. That's up there. So
such a good artist.
Yeah.
The whole beginning, even with like Green Day.
Yeah.
You know, they dropped the F-bomb. It got censored, but they dropped it. That was.
See, I didn't watch that part. I didn't watch as much pregame as I would have liked. But yeah, it was good. So I really liked the shot at the end of the national anthem where the jets are flying over and the camera pans and then it pans back to Charlie Puth right at the end. I was like,
that was so cinematic.
Yeah.
Why could we get that? We need to get that guy in the Acolyte.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, Chris Collinsworth did not say Mahomes once. That was quite a shock.
I thought he did.
Did he? I didn't catch it if he did.
It would have been like towards the beginning of the game.
Oh.
I remember
he never said, now here's a guy. I know that. That I can think
of. But it was like
I know for
talking about whatever play someone was running. Yeah, this is like foreign.
They're like, who's Mahomes? You know?
They're like, yeah, football, score down.
But no, I thought it was going to be a good game. I picked Seattle to win, so it didn't surprise me that they won. And I knew they had a good defense, so I figured it would be hard for New England to score, but I didn't think it would be like that it would take New England till the fourth quarter to score. I mean, the Seattle field goal kicker had more points than they did.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, and you could tell Seattle already, they're done. They were like playing, which is why they got the 2 touchdowns. They weren't even playing.
And there was even that drive towards the end where Drake May, and I think his right shoulder was still hurting him, which is why, because he missed a lot of wide open throws. But he had that drive where he had like 2 or 3 passes in a row that were really good. And then he like stepped up into the pocket, threw it down the field, and it was picked off. But anyway.
Oh, yes. The weekly Hut Ball discussion. Wow. Yes, we love Hut Ball.
Yes.
It's our favorite thing to watch on the.
What was your favorite Super Bowl commercial, though?
Oh, that's such a good question.
I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but I think the most creative one was the Duncan one where Ben Affleck was like Goodwill Duncan. That one was cool.
That one was cool. I thought the Coinbase one. Oh, the Jurassic Park one?
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't like the AI de-aging of the actors, but
yeah,
I still thought that it was cool that they got him back.
I like the Coinbase one. They made it karaoke for singing like Backstreet Boys or whatever. Like that was such a grab, and everyone's paying attention to it at that moment.
Yeah,
that was good.
There were not as many movie trailers this year that surprised me. I mean, we got Project Hail Mary had another teaser, but no Doomsday, which that's not till like the end of the year, so that's fine. But no Spider-Man trailer. Obviously not a Mando and Grogu trailer because that wasn't a trailer. That was so
that was a teaser at most.
Yeah, a teaser of a teaser of a teaser of a teaser. So it just surprised me how little. Our Spielberg's movie had the trailer Disclosure Day, which that looks pretty good. I think that's it that I can think of that was actual movie.
Yeah, trailers. It seems kind of dry right now. Like there really isn't anything big.
Yeah,
except for Iron Lung, which just got renewed for another week.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I know nothing about the games, but I like supporting indie work. So
yeah, dude, that movie's crazy. Highly recommend watching it if you haven't.
I have a few friends who have recommended it too, so might look into it.
Yes.
Because I'm not really familiar. Like I've heard of Markiplier and I know what he does, but I'm not familiar with his work too much. But still, the fact that he fully funded this movie, he didn't get any studio backing. A lot of respect, and it's already made a lot of money back. And that's what I like is the physical media aspect. Like Chris Stuckman, his movie Shelby Oaks. He had a little bit of studio backing, but even that, like, you're not going to have a big, wide, and I know Markiplier has like 40 million subscribers or something like that. So he's got a good audience. Yeah,
he officially made 10 times his budget.
I saw that he made like 20 something million.
Most impressive.
Open weekend or something, which is really cool. You got to get that on your soundboard.
Most impressive. I know. Yeah, good for him. No, I used to watch him as a kid, so I totally get it. That's crazy. Fully funded. He's made 10 times his budget, which would it'll make it easier to distribute physical copies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I just never really got into that gaming content because I didn't game a lot as a kid. So I wouldn't, when you're playing the games, watching someone play the games, I look at it as like talking about movies or what we do. You can relate to it. But anytime I tried to watch like gaming content like that, it just was hard to get into. So it's nothing against those type of creators.
It's just not for you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 30 million. And the budget was just under 3 mil. That's crazy. And the fact that that's all like his money.
That's like a Saw type film. Just like budget indie and then just blows up. Dang. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah. Makes me think of Theories episode 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sometime this year. Because he did a video the other day because people were like, why isn't it out? Like with all this AI stuff, you can get it in like a few days. And he's like, well, we're not using AI to make it. We're doing CGI animation and he's funding it. And he can't make money off of it because Lucasfilm, like he doesn't make money off his first one. And that's got like 30 million views. So he's having to fund this himself.
Through Theory savings.
Yeah. So like the fact that he and his team are even getting it out as fast as they are. And episode 3 is like they're working on episode 2 and 3 at the same time. So episode 3 is going to come out. It won't be as long of a wait. But I would much rather them get it right and then release it than just put it out and we'd be like, oh, well, that.
Yeah, especially with AI art.
Right.
Sad.
Yeah.
Well, topic for today. Very big one. Very big one. Okay.
Yes, very big.
It's huge. I mean, you have the Clone Wars, right? Amazing show. Great show. Amazing show. One of the best shows. And
oh no.
I'm sorry. that said Dr. Dana on it. And
wait,
that's
show
my
the picture.
spot.
Real
As
Dana.
Sheldon would say. That I'm just kidding. You know what?
There's two of us now. Huh?
You know what? Let's do this because I am in
no two of them.
way, shape, or form able to do anything except for sit back, enjoy a little Trace, and watch the show while trying to just be peanut gallery here and there. So let me change my name to Zane.
Leave a picture of me.
I'll just sit here and not contribute like the other shows. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
All right. So you have this huge show, right? The Clone Wars. Yeah, I'm getting it off. The Clone Wars, great show. But they released this show called Rebels. My thought here, after countless hours on this show, just hyping up Rebels, it's a better show than Clone Wars, right? That's what I think. I think Clone Wars is not as good as Rebels. That's how it is.
That's the show. Thank you for
That's
watching.
the show. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye. No, but for real, like,
Wrong.
there's a lot of things about it, and I kind of want to get into, the goods and bads. So, if you want to start with the Clone Wars, it's the older show. Came out in like 2008, right? What's some good things, some bad things you see from that show?
I mean, in the early seasons, it was finding its footing. I think it was a bit of an experiment. Also, too, Star Wars hadn't had an animated show since like the 80s with the Ewoks and the droids. And as far as I know, that was also like a new type of animation because they did like it's like 3D, I think is what it's called, or what. Anyway, but it's finding its footing. It's finding its audience. It's fine. Like any show, you watch most shows that last 7 or 8 seasons, and the first few, season or two, it's finding its footing. But once it does, like in season 3, once it gets firm foundation, I mean, for me, it's consistently good till the end, with a few arcs here and there and a few one-off episodes that are kind of like, okay, you could take that out. But that's kind of my just initial thoughts on it.
Yeah. Echo Tiger, any initial thoughts?
Yes. So, the initial Pixar was created by George Lucas and ILM and was sold out. So it was going from the roots of creating technology for film industry and then trying to up the level into like a better 3D version. And you can see it through Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, and even the trailer for Maul Shadowlord, that the animation style has improved tenfold since the initial movie for Clone Wars.
Real.
And don't forget the 2003 series as well.
Dude, that 2003
That's
series,
great.
insane. Like the animation, I'm so sad they didn't get any of those guys to like write any of the newer stuff over here.
They need to get Gendy back for sure. I mean, he's still working. I saw a trailer the other day for a new animated show he has out, which looked cool. So,
Dang. Yeah, I mean, lore master. I see that. No, I think one of my biggest problems with Clone Wars has always been it's so long. And
Hold on a second. You said, "What do you like about the Clone Wars?" And
I said like and
all of a
dislike.
sudden you
I
jump
said
in
like
with
and
this.
dislike. I said like and dislike.
oh, I didn't catch that because we're all over here glazing the show.
That's my bad. I'll glaze first. Let me glaze first then. Honestly, whenever it hits big. You have to think of like any arc with Maul, it's peak. It's just peak. That's just how it is. It's one of the best arcs in all of Star Wars. One of, right? With him and Savage. It sounds like you have something to say. No.
That was the face of a man with a strong opinion right there.
But you start off with like Savage and everything. Oh, okay.
Well, it's because you're front center.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this. Hold up. If I put my hat on, maybe it'll like cover up the rest. Yeah.
It's high noon.
It's high noon. No, but a lot of good arcs with him. Ray Park, dude, with the mocap fights.
The fact that he taught himself. Do y'all know that he taught himself all those moves because he didn't know that they would use wires for him and Maul to do like the flips and the stuff. So he taught himself how to do all that stuff, which I think is really cool.
Dang, that's insane.
So it's more like Ray Peak.
Yeah, but him
that sounded a lot cooler in my head.
I don't know. with him on mocap for those fights, and then having Sam Witwer. Witwer is the voice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
I mean, that's one of those castings where it's like, if anyone else tried to voice Maul, I don't think they could do it the same justice as Sam Witwer does. Like that. That's one of those few times where it's like, quote unquote, my opinion, perfect casting.
Yeah. I mean, and I like to always think about what would happen if he wasn't cast as Starkiller.
Yeah.
Like everything he's done for Star Wars, what would happen if he wasn't cast? That's insane.
Make that a what if Star Wars episode
for the sun.
Okay. Do I get to tell you what I like about the Clone Wars yet?
Oh, I thought you weren't going to speak. I'm just doing what you do to me. We'll go over a question.
I had something to say.
Okay, are you good now? You want to say something?
What is going
great
on?
Power comes great responsibility. Okay.
Speak, lore master.
Okay. So we'll start at the pinnacle. Mortis, the Mortis arc. That alone is peak
Top of
Clone
the
Wars Mortis arc.
Here.
Okay. We also have. Sorry, I was angry typing fast. That's why I had to be on mute. The whole experience of Order 66 through like Rex, that taking it from that, like, blown away. That's an amazing arc. Siege of Mandalore, come on. And then wait, those are the three. Sorry, those are the three big ones in my mind that transcend, right? Like, those stories are big and they're huge and they take place everywhere, and Rebels isn't.
Well, we're not talking
like
about
Rebels
Rebels.
for 3/4 of the freaking show.
We're talking
Well, there's the
about Clone
droid
Wars.
arc in Clone Wars where they walk through the desert. For
Oh,
2
yeah, that
episodes.
one was
That's up there.
really
That's
good.
gotta be on that list. I'm kidding.
Yes.
That arc is awful.
Clone Wars makes us believe in Anakin as a hero. With his faults, we still believe in him. It like builds to what we had, and gives us a better understanding of what we had in The Revenge of the Sith. Okay, sorry.
I agree. It did a good
No,
job of
Sorry, I got crazy there.
filling in the gaps between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, which is why I think it helps you appreciate those movies a bit more. Who's this bot in the chat?
Who's this bot? Hey, mods, can we get on that guy?
Yeah, we gotta ban this kid.
Man, look at that. That's like a band wearing his own T-shirt on stage, man. What are you doing? No.
Exactly. a little
No,
self promotion here, I think, is going on.
There's nothing wrong with that. Did we put it down here as I'm supposed to go? Is it down here?
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet. Yeah.
Tell me when, because that's your move. I don't want to steal your move. I don't want to
working on it.
not give you credit for your move.
Thank you.
Are we ready?
This alone, though, I think proves that Clone Wars is better than Rebels. I'm just saying, Zane.
Well, we haven't even.
You're basically saying
Rebels.
you don't like our. You're saying you don't like our guest. If you're saying that this is.
I mean, I could be. Whoa, wrong sound, guys. No, I mean, Clone Wars had a lot of good stuff. There were a lot of good arcs, like you were mentioning. It does fill in those gaps between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I think what it did really well was handling a lot of those characters that we had seen.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the biggest difference between Rebels and Clone Wars. One's an original story, and one's taking what we've seen and just expanding upon it.
Yeah.
And it does do a good job at that.
Yeah.
And
I think. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
Well,
go ahead.
One thing that we've mentioned on the Cantina Happy Hour, since we're doing episode by episode review of Clone Wars, is the one thing that hurts it. If you're someone that if you've watched the prequel movies and you go and watching it, whenever there's stakes for like Padme or Anakin or Kenobi or everything, you know it's going to work out because you know they're in Revenge of the Sith. But if you are introduced to Star Wars through Clone Wars, then the stakes are there. So I think it just depends on like your viewpoint, you know.
Yeah.
You mean in the way that Sam Witwer wants you to watch Star Wars or whatever?
Right.
Yeah.
Starting with Clone Wars. Obviously, you can't finish Clone Wars anymore because they can't know about 66.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you start them with Clone Wars, get them on the first two, stop right before that fight with Vader.
Yeah.
Watch the prequels. Probably finish up Clone Wars. I don't know which one you would watch first. Probably Revenge of the Sith and then that last.
Yeah, or you could find there's even like edits where someone has put in the scenes from Clone Wars with Revenge of the Sith. It goes back and forth. Which I think you should watch after you've seen both. I don't think that works as a first time. That would probably confuse someone.
Yeah, same as Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Bad Batch. Forgot that was a show.
Bad Batch is great. That is I rarely hear people mention that though when they talk about shows. I'm like, it's a great show.
I mean, it's what? It's Clone Wars season 8.
Is it good or is it bad that they don't mention it?
I think
it's good they don't mention the faults, but bad they don't mention the good parts.
I think it's bad in the sense of I don't think a lot of people watched it in comparison, or people just forget about it. I don't know, but there's a lot of good stuff in there that just isn't talked about as much.
Yeah,
I mean, Crosshair has one of the best arcs I think in Star Wars, like in general, not just animation, but just as a character.
Even seeing Cody too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Clone Wars, though. Back on Clone Wars. It was good, but. Right, Spacey back here. But it's so long. That is my biggest gripe. It is so long, and not just that the length is bad. Counter argument after I'm done. Thank you. Thank you. It's long. That's not like the basis of everything, but it's long because there are so many mid to like pretty bad arcs, including the droids walking through the city or having Jar Jar. I just think the show hit where it hit, but it missed where it missed. It was such a it was hard to get through whenever I was watching.
I think that happens when you have that many episodes. You're going to have some doozies. But I think, and I don't know if they still have this option on Disney Plus, but they used to under the Star Wars section. They had a Clone Wars Essential Episodes section under Star Wars.
Dang.
And so I think if you were going to introduce someone to Clone Wars, especially because it's not released in chronological order, because in season 3, we just watched an episode with Cad Bane that is a prequel to an episode in season 1 that then has a sequel in season 2. So you could either say watch in chronological order or watch the essential episodes. And then assuming they already know Star Wars lore, like they've seen the prequels and all that stuff. And then maybe they could decide from there if they want to pursue the whole show. Because I remember when I was watching it for the first time, all the episodes were out, and it took me a while to get through the whole thing. And there were definitely times where I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense because this is episode's connected to one from 3 seasons ago, but I don't remember that episode. So yeah, I think it just comes with
so I'm on Disney Plus right now. They do not appear to have that anymore.
Dang.
They must have had it when season 7 came out, as well as maybe Ahsoka.
Yeah, I can see it.
Seeing it on there. Yeah.
When season 7 was coming out, right, in preparation, I watched all of it, and it wasn't there before. So
I remember seeing it on there when I was watching Clone Wars for the first time. But I guess I don't know why they took it off. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if they could. I don't even know if they could see if there was like not enough traffic through that section or what. But I think it was a nice starting guide.
And on your the point of it's out of order for the first few seasons. I don't know how long ago it was. I was making a video for what the correct timeline order of Star Wars is, and I found some spreadsheet somewhere that mentioned the correct order.
Oh, nice.
So like there are resources out there to watch it in the right order, but at the same time, it is extra work.
No, that's 100%. Ooh, is that the spreadsheet?
Yes.
Nice.
Dang.
Yeah, the Clone Wars movie is third in line. So,
wow.
Dang, that's like crazy.
Yeah.
And then the first 2 episodes of season 3, or episode 1 and 3. Dang.
Yeah, and it jumps around a lot.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot of work.
I found it somewhere else online. False. So
real. But to what Eka was saying, like it reminds me of watching Naruto when I binged the entire series of Naruto in Shippuden. And I had to look up a filler guide, just so I could skip the 400 episodes of filler that there was.
Yeah.
And trying to introduce someone into a show like that, they're not going to want to do the work. I don't think I've gotten a single friend to watch Naruto because, I mean, there's so much filler. It's like half filler, but you got to look up the list. You got to look up the list and then match it to the list and skip these episodes.
Well, we just watched one of the episodes we just talked about on the Cantina from season 3. It's like Padme's having a party for some senators, and they don't have the fruit for the cake. So C-3PO and R2 have to go get the fruit. Like, I forgot what it's called. And they end up in like the spawns. 3PO is taken, and I joked that R2 being in the spa is what the one episode that Leslie Headland watched because of what she said about 3PO and R2D2. But anyway, but that's an episode where, like, if you're watching it for the first time, I could see someone going, "Okay, what's the point? Like, what is this doing other than just a one-off filling the 20 episode quota?" So I definitely think if you were introducing someone to Clone Wars for the first time, maybe providing them with a watch through guide of like, watch these episodes, and then if you want to, you've liked these and you want to watch them all, these,
Yeah. A while back, I was trying to get my dad into Clone Wars. Found a list like in order, and you can like check it off to see how far you go through. And he barely went through it, and was like, it was just hard going through.
Yeah,
it can feel like a chore at times for sure.
That's the biggest kind of hit against it.
Well, and sometimes you'll have, because all the episodes are like 20 to 25 minutes, give or take. And sometimes there's a lot of story in those episodes, and the episode flies by fast. And then there's a few like where there's not a lot of story. And I'm even guilty sometimes of checking the time. I'm like, I'm only like 7 minutes in, like, geez. So yeah, it's tough. Sometimes the pacing is a bit off.
I've even done that with some of the Mando episodes that me and Echo have watched.
Probably going to do that a lot this next season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
You mean the actual physical season 3, not Book of Fett, right?
I wish Disney Plus had like a 2x speed option on there.
Yeah,
I'm finding an app to do that on my tablet.
There you go. For Boba Fett, I'm sure.
I don't know what y'all have against it.
Slow.
Yeah. I need Subway Surfers playing underneath the episodes to keep my attention,
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm watching YouTube shorts all over again.
Right.
I'll work on making a cut like that.
Please do.
See, this depressed me that Jar Jar had a girlfriend and I don't. Really hurt the ego there, but
No, but he's Bombad General.
Right. My favorite thing about Clone Wars outside of the show itself is that it always starts with a quote. And some of those quotes are like, whatever, like throwaways, but a lot of them are actually really good, and even like good life quotes that you can apply. So I like that they do that.
I know that. I haven't watched it in a long time. So.
What? Yeah, every episode of Clone Wars, it'll pop up like a quote.
In the blue long time ago text.
Oh, yeah. I don't pay attention.
Like, stuff is happening in the galaxy. Palpatine may be Senator, Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
Anakin is sent to this planet to go rescue something, and
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why his tongue.
Whoa.
Keep it PG.
Keep it PG.
Bruh.
Okay. We're done with the Clone Wars glaze. I need something to pick me up. Rebels. Can I hear some good things about Rebels? Huh? A show that y'all have all watched all the way through, right?
Yeah, all 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good. Then let's hear good things about all 5 seasons. Anyone want to go first? No.
I think Grand Admiral Thrawn was the worst character.
Okay, so before I get rid of this guy, honestly, I'll start it off. Rebels, it felt like a love letter to Star Wars. There was just so much. Okay, there was just so much that they did good, and even like first couple episodes of the show, those are always the hardest for a lot of these shows. But Rebels, even though it was a kid show and it felt like a kid show, it was able to push through. You felt, into it. You got zoned into the whole relationship with all the team. Who's this kid and who's this group who are stealing these fruit? That kind of stuff. But it goes off. It ends up becoming something even crazier. You have scenes with Maul and Kenobi, which is one of the best scenes in the entirety of Star Wars. You have Darth Vader and Ahsoka being brought into it. You have the original, I'm the spy. You know what I'm talking about?
Bruh. Yeah.
General Hux, huh?
Well,
No,
and I
that's
will,
not it.
because I love both shows, obviously. And I think from a consistency standpoint, Rebels is a lot more consistently good. There's a lot less filler. Now, the side argument to that could be that it obviously has less seasons than Clone Wars, so it's less likely. But like you said, some of the best scenes in Star Wars in general on screen come from Rebels. And so, yeah, I definitely... And honestly, I sometimes I rewatch Rebels more than Clone Wars, even though I watch Clone Wars weekly right now. But
Rebels is a rewatchable show.
Until season 5, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, season 5 was okay, but I will say this: Thrawn is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I love him in Rebels. A lot of it is I love strategy, like I love playing strategy games and stuff. And I mean, he is always so strategic in what he does, and I just love it. It's written well. Am I wrong in thinking that one of the Gilroys wrote it? Not Tony Gilroy. He's got a brother that's also a writer, because I've seen some of the stuff he's written, and something is telling me that he wrote part of Rebels.
My Lord Master is gone.
Yeah, Danny's having to pick up the slack.
Henry Gilroy, yeah.
Okay.
He was a writer and co-executive producer for Rebels.
Yeah. And so...
No relation to Tony, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I just assumed there was. My mistake. Well, they're both good writers, so they got that in common.
Exactly. Plus, I mean, think about it. Does the Clone Wars have Chopper, the war criminal himself?
Right. Chopper's great.
Because Chopper, I'm going to say it. You're going to hate it. I'm going to say it. In animated shows, at least, he is the best droid. Easily.
Yep.
Oh. Easily. I mean, he just... Oh, okay. Well, that's... Yep, just keep... getting rid of me.
How many years do you think Chopper would be locked up for if he wasn't a droid?
He'd just be deactivated and killed. He'd be killed.
I mean, he wasn't a droid.
Well, he'd be killed.
Ice Mines of Castle.
He would. I don't even know if they'd keep him alive, dude. That guy.
Yeah. Right.
He is. Insane. He is. Yeah.
Do you say Chopper's committed more war crimes than the entire 501st?
Yes.
I think in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You might have the highest.
They're Sidious up here, and Chopper's up here. The only difference is the side they're on.
So. Exactly. Chopper is a menace. No, but I mean, getting into the kind of just the two in general, there was something about, I like what you said there. Rebels was more consistent, and that's my whole feeling on it. When I watch Rebels, I know I'm gonna, no matter what arc I pick, I'm going to enjoy at least most of it.
And I think
there will be.
It can feel like you're living in Star Wars too. Like you're living with the characters. Sometimes, like the chemistry works so well between them. Not that it does in Clone Wars, but that's also familiar territory in Clone Wars. This is new, like you mentioned, Dana, earlier. And so it's just, I like those shows where it feels like you're living with the characters and you're part of the group. And I think you can relate in a way to each character at certain points.
Yeah.
As well as you got to see what it was like living on a ship as your base, as your home, and what life looked like with the Empire. Yes, in the original trilogy, even in Andor, we saw what it was like living with the Empire's rule, but you didn't see how it affected this one group of people instead of the whole wider rebellion.
Yeah.
It's a very self-contained story. Clone Wars is like all the Jedi and stuff like that.
Yeah, it multiple times would show them going to this area, this area, this area, and you get to it's this group. You get to experience what this town is going on. Not just I'm Darth Vader, I'm going to show up and kill everyone like Kenobi, but literally their day-to-day lives. And I think that's a huge thing. In Clone Wars, it was just so fantastical. It was just so fantastic. Like just the scale of everything. You're zoomed in, and it's usually the big arcs that I'm talking about. You're zoomed in, and it's this huge thing that's happening in this big moment. You're not there. Like, you might be able to kind of connect with some of those characters, but it's not as real. And I think that's the biggest, not the biggest, but it's one of the things I have.
Like you're in the big planet of Coruscant, and the planet that they're on in Rebels is kind of like it's a smaller populated planet, and so it's easier to connect with the characters, I think, in that way. So
And plus
not that
two,
in Clone Wars you can't, but
plus two, with the Clone Wars, it's kind of more the story of the clones, and so they don't really have a day-to-day. They just go fight, and go fight. Whereas with Rebels, they can have more of a day-to-day, even as they're fighting the Empire.
Yeah.
Real. Very real. Dang. And I think about, you said about Cody showing up in Bad Batch, and now we got Rex and Wolf and the other guy.
Well,
Yeah, showing up in Rebels. That was crazy. I remember when that episode released. Oh,
yeah.
see, that's a show I wish I had watched when it came out. I didn't see it till after the fact, but
mhm.
Yeah.
That's real. I remember seeing the countdown timer on the bottom left-hand corner of Disney XD, waiting for Rebels Season 1, Episode 1 to come out. I remember we had a DVR, so I'd save the episode if I missed it, just so I could watch it. Oh,
Yeah.
for the days. I'm not nostalgic over it, because I watched Clone Wars similarly. So I don't know. Out of the two, though, I was talking about consistency, and it's one of my favorite comparisons to make is with Def Leppard. If you know Def Leppard, they're 80s rock band, pretty famous. They have like a couple good albums, but their two biggest, it's Hysteria, right? That's the one with Pour Some Sugar on Me. That's the one you're gonna know, and Pyromania, Rock of Ages. That this record came out before this one. Everyone, you ask my dad, he's gonna say yes. Hysteria is their best album. They have the best tracks on there. And then I say, Don't Shoot Shotgun. And he's like, well, we don't count that song. You go to Pyromania, you're like, every song, the highs may not be as high, but the lows are definitely higher up than the lows of the other record. And that's how I feel with Star Wars. Clone Wars, the highs, they're probably the peak highs ever going to get. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They're probably the peak highs that you're ever going to get. And but with Rebels, yes, the highs aren't as high. You got Mortis arc, and then you got like Kenobi killing Maul, but the lows, you don't have a following the droids around episode. You don't.
right.
And that's what makes Rebels just the better show, in my opinion. It's more rewatchable. It's more connecting to the audience more. It's more immersive, in my opinion. All of these stuff. Yes, you take one arc out of the Clone Wars, and it's probably going to beat the rest of them from Rebels. But that's one arc out of a 7-season show.
Yes.
That's always been my argument between the two when, like, with this discussion, is I will say the highs of Clone Wars is not significantly, but higher than Clone Wars. But Clone Wars is more consistent, has more consistent highs and lows. I probably could pick out a few episodes of Rebels. I was like, yeah, wasn't my favorite, but I wouldn't really call it filler. Like, every episode is leading to something that has a purpose. There's a lot of Clone Wars episodes where I'm like, that's a one-off, where I'm like, okay, I could have done without that. Like, I don't think it's essential to enjoying the overall show, But I don't think there's a lot of episodes in Rebels where you could say you can skip that and it won't confuse you later. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Anyone else have anything else to say on this?
Rebels expanded on some of the villains that we get from the original trilogy. We got to see I literally forget his name. Token. Remembered. See him and how he dealt with the rebels on Lothal, as well as Caden at the end. But we also, in Clone Wars, we got to see him for a bit and saw how he got, like, how Anakin and him started to get to know each other. And once Anakin turned to Darth Vader, he was probably one of the only other people above, besides Palpatine, that knew Vader was Anakin Skywalker. So,
Real. No, that's good. I get that.
and Thrawn is amazing.
Oh,
he's
I'm
great.
I'm really holding my back here, trying not to talk about Thrawn. But if y'all want to get into it, I mean,
He's gonna make Zane kick me off the show because every time we bring up Thrawn, I mention that I met Zahn.
he doesn't have to mention whatever he was going to mention. I don't know what he was going to say.
I can pull the picture.
Yeah, Thrawn. Oh my god! I think one of the best part, not one of the best part. You know, screw Kenobi killing Darth Maul. Thrawn is the best thing in the whole series of Rebels. I'm going to say it there, plain and simple. You introduce a character.
What is this?
What is this?
You introduce this character who's going to be a long-standing villain for who knows how long, because we don't know how long that stupid Dave Filoni movie / series is going to be. You know, a character who is so loved by the fandom that so many people picked up a Star Wars book to read it just because of this character, because of these books, you know, and you reintroduce him to the world like this. And with Timothy Zahn writing him, I have my hand on the button. Don't you dare. I see you, Andrew. with Timothy Zahn and how he wrote him into everything. He shows up in season 3, right? If you read the books, book one about Thrawn, it's literally all about how he got into the Empire. Watch season 3 of Rebels. Yeah, watch season 3 of Rebels. Read second book, Thrawn Alliances. Amazing, because it literally mentions his loss to the Rebels. Season 4, and then the next, or I think it's the 2 books and then season 4, because he ends up going off to nowhere. And then obviously the best part about Rebels season 5 was also Thrawn. Everyone knows that, right, Andrew?
Yep. Hold on, I'm looking up something with my friend.
Oh no,
with my friend Zahn.
Yeah, but I mean, I really bet he's great to talk to. Thrawn was just
free, by the way.
Thrawn was such a good character, and they did him so much justice. In any of the episodes where he loses, you see it's not him making the mistake.
Yeah.
The only time he could ever make a mistake is if he is underestimating his allies, or maybe the first time he meets Rebel Squadron.
Well, and that's what he does best is he waits for you to mess up, right? And once he catches you at your worst or your fail, then he strikes. That comment took forever to comment. I did that like 5 minutes ago.
That's funny.
But and that's what I love. Like I said, I love strategy. That's one of my favorite things. And when you have a character that's like his whole.
Let's just do this.
Wait, we got to show this peak. We gotta. Let's do this. Let's do this. There we go.
Might as well get him right here. Yeah. I'm done. No, let's just keep it. Yeah, just keep it up for the rest of the time.
Yeah. But but I love, like I said, I love his strategy, and I've always loved Thrawn as a character. And he was a character that I had no idea who he was before Rebels, right?
Mhm.
Like I obviously I hadn't read the books yet, but I've gotten into the books because of Rebels, and I need more Thrawn. Let's get more animated Thrawn. I know, like he was kind of a side character in the Tales of the Empire. Let's do a Tales on him. Like make that an arc.
Oh my
Like
god!
like pre-Rebels, like early. Before he
There's
was
so
great admiral,
much. There's
you
so
know?
much on Thrawn in the books that they can just turn into anything. Shoot,
Yeah,
screw all of Star Wars known universe. Just adapt the Thrawn Chiss Ascendancy books. They are insane. Like, I know none of y'all have read them. I highly recommend. I know I'm glazing, but we get Hondo with both. The best part about Rebels, we get Hondo.
yep.
No, but the Thrawn Chiss Ascendancy books takes place. It ends with him going into known space, where the first book picks up, where he's found by the Imperial Patrol or whatever. But those books, they're so good, and they talk about all of his achievements and accomplishments in the Chiss Ascendancy. It brings a whole new world to build up, right? And Thrawn has met his old friends at the end of the third book. This is before
Hondo came first.
at the end of the
Oh wait, no, he didn't.
at the end. No, he did not. At the end of the third book, it ends with him meeting up with one of his friends in the Ascendancy. Why would they not? They have an option to take over an entire galaxy. You know, why would they not bring more Chiss into the big team, into the big?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
What that makes me think of is they should do like an animated movie, like for Disney Plus or something, or like a series, like how we're getting a season for Maul that's filling in some gaps of the story. Do something like that with Thrawn or even these characters, because like we talked about a couple weeks ago, Dana, that animation is where it's at with Star Wars, and I think with now Filoni being co-CEO, we're going to continue to see, I think, more animation than live action.
Yeah.
It's exactly. It's. I think it's cheaper to make overall. So it's like I said. I even said this on House of Vista show. Do like what DC does. Give us the hour 15, hour 20 animated movies, and you're gonna make fans happy, and you get specified to be legends. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would not be hard to make. You don't need all the actors at one spot. They can record in their own studios, because a lot of them have their own studios now with when COVID hit and everything. So like I feel like it could not be easier than now to make something like that. So
Yeah. Well, and again, there's so much content in the books that you can use. One of the biggest ideas that I could have, if you want Thrawn in the Empire, right? Thrawn alliances. It literally talks about how him and Vader go on a mission, but it's split between present day with him and Vader and past day, where he actually meets up with Anakin, right?
oh,
Having
nice.
like a cool movie going back and forth between the two, and it would explain so much. It would explain so much. That guy's so cool. That's. I love my blue guy.
This was an interesting question I did see the other day. I was watching Star Wars podcasts, and they were mentioning that if Maul Shadow Lord is a big hit and like viewership and just a lot of people like it, could that lead to Star Wars doing an animated movie again in theaters? Especially if it's going to be like after Starfighter comes out, if they're like, okay, it's going to be another 3 to 5 years before we have a live action movie out, because who knows when the Mando Avengers movie is going to come out, with Filoni. They could fill in those gaps with an animated movie. I honestly think those would be a big hit.
I mean, it's insane. They can't discount what the original animated movie would do, because that was almost 2 decades ago. The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so long ago. You got to try it again. And I agree with you. I really hope that Maul is a good show, and that it does well. I'd rather it do like be a great show and not do well than it not be a good show and it.
I agree.
do well.
I would rather
Yeah.
that for sure. But
Yes.
we got our lore master back.
What's your idea, Lore Master? What are y'all talking about?
Just kidding. No, I'm with y'all on
Get
the
this
mall.
guy out of here.
I'm not with you on Maul in Clone Wars versus Maul versus Rebels, but I'm with you on kind of expectations and all of that. I have a question since we're talking about future project stuff. For some reason, I don't know if I was getting more onion dip. I don't know, but I missed the Grogu and Mando show, whatever trailer, and so I have not seen it.
Anything.
Do we want to watch
no,
it
just
live on the show?
I'll
Yeah,
pull it
I'd
up.
love to.
I'm
I'm excited. Like I want
You
to
didn't
see
miss-
this. Like
Are you being
because
serious?
the first one was so terrible. So
Oh
I
no!
wanna-
Are you serious? I will pull it up. Are you serious? You
I
haven't
just
seen
saw
it?
that they spent like $7 million for this commercial,
Do you
or
wanna
I don't know
read-
if that was for the
They-
cost of the commercial
Yes.
or just to get into
I mean,
the spot.
So let me
From my part, it
specify.
takes $7 million
Let me
just to get on
specify
Super Bowl.
data. They had to put out.
Someone do this with good internet, or I'll do
Hey,
it.
I'm pulling it up,
Sometimes
but let me just specify something. They had to put out an explanation.
we choose our path. Other times the path
Wait, this is
chooses
a God
us.
Graham commercial.
Through it
Right.
all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an
The trailer.
unseen force.
Oh my!
The journey never gets any easier. The bond
is
just
happening?
gets harder to break.
I really didn't want to watch this.
Shut up! This is slop.
is
This
the
isn't
way.
real. This is what they showed at
Only
the
in
Super
theaters and
Bowl.
IMAX May 22nd.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put out. They had to put out an explanation post on it, explaining what they were going for nostalgia, for
No,
like Star Wars.
I'm laughing because I'm dying inside. Are you
3 months
serious
before the
right
movie
now?
comes out, and that's what they do.
Show me this. Show me this explanation, please.
All right, hold on.
Are
let me
you
pull
for
it up.
real? Is
From
this
how bad
real?
these
Yeah.
commercials
You're
are-
not messing with me. Like I should have
No,
pulled
that
it
was
up
real.
myself.
That was on the Star Wars YouTube channel,
I sent it to Andrew when I saw it.
and I was like, "No." Let me pull up the. chat.
I thought you were messing with me. It sounded like Sam Elliott, and it was like
It was
Ram
Sam
Trump.
Elliott.
Like
It was.
It was. Sam Elliott. No.
So look, this was their. We mentioned it earlier. I read it for the audio listeners, but they wanted it to feel instantly iconic, cinematic, and quintessentially Star Wars.
Okay, well,
They hit 0 of those.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. As Meatloaf would say, I I will be remembered for a very, very long time. It is iconic, certainly.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
I mean, I
it's-
was talking to someone on Twitter. I said, your commercial failed when you have to explain it.
so now, okay, this isn't like a trailer
No, it's
from
nothing.
the film. Like this, does this scene happen? Look, yeah, my hat's all to shit. Sorry.
It's a nothing commercial. I doubt
Is
that's in the movie. And if
Right.
it
So they
is-
just had this filmed for.
Yeah.
That's what it said. It said that they filmed it for the Super Bowl. It was
Oh my
directed by
goodness.
Favreau.
Yeah.
Which,
Yes,
what's
good
bad?
outside. I mean,
What's
That
bad
was-
What's man break live on this podcast?
oh,
Like,
sorry.
it doesn't
I've had a
make
long,
sense.
long day, gentlemen.
Wait, do that
Um,
again. I don't think he heard
Like,
it.
it
That was
doesn't
not how I thought it
make
would,
sense. Like it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I said this on
Damn
the
it.
House of Blue Club,
sorry.
that I was cautiously optimistic going into the movie, and now that we've seen that, it just makes me more nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Oh
exactly
my
the same way.
gosh.
Whoa! Bill crashes and burns.
Seriously.
Seriously, man. I turned off my camera because I'm working. And you guys got me working over here.
You are
Oh my god. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, thank you, Andrew.
I didn't even know that he was doing that.
I have no way. That was perfect.
If I go off camera, it's because of a good reason. Like something that makes me money. My money maker puts me in debt. Okay, I'm not.
Don't say your money maker.
Money.
Do not say your money maker.
So can we just, if I go off camera, just
real quick. What were your reaction to the commercial? 5
For Pete's sake.
That's 3.
All right, we'll get the 2 words when he comes back. No, but I mean, it's just like when you have the viewership of the Super Bowl and you're talking about spending that kind of money, that's too big of a risk. I mean, obviously, if it was a little bit more creative, we could be sitting here going, "Oh, this is great marketing." Like you see something like that Marvel does, like for Thunderbolts or Deadpool, Wolverine. Like their marketing was really good. They would do stuff like that and it would fit, but they would do that after a trailer. Like we've only gotten 1 trailer and that's it.
Yeah.
No TV spots, nothing else. And so that's why I think it feels out of left field, especially for the Super Bowl. So
yeah,
anyway.
it felt like a truck ad. Everyone can agree. It was like I literally
I thought it was.
I didn't know that I had
their first one and pared it down to that time. It would have been better.
Yeah. I didn't I remember watching it and then thinking, oh, it's like a truck ad with it was like a co thing. You know, they're doing 2 things at once. It's cool. And then I just didn't pay attention. And I'm reading and they're like, that was the ad?
Yeah.
That's what I was watching.
And I was like, I'm not drunk or anything. I'm like, did I just watch Amanda McGraw? And so then when Tiger sent me that, I was like, oh, that's
like I was stuck watching commercials, paying attention to commercials for so long after that came out. Because I'm like, that's not.
No, you just can't do that for that. That's not going to get butts and seats in the theater.
Still better than that.
I guarantee you this. Outside of us diehard fans that'll go see it, potentially, it's going to be grandkids that convince their grandma or kids that convince their parents because Grogu's in it, which is, I think, why they put Grogu in the title. But I think a lot of people are going to go, you know what? This is going to be on Disney Plus in a few months. There's probably going to be people that thought it was a Disney Plus original. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hire Eris for marketing. She's doing better marketing right now than they do.
In a show. So here is a GIF. It might show of what I was doing with Ron.
Whoa.
You can't see. My Eris just sent me that. She's like, "You're glazing." Oh my gosh.
I mean, because I'm always going to go into a Star Wars project with good expectations because I want it to be good. I'm excited for new Star Wars, but they're making it hard to get excited for this, unfortunately. So, and I think coming off of Mando season 3, you already have people that are like, well, I'm done with the characters. They kind of ended it in a way that like fits as an ending. Like you could just be done with the characters. So then when it was like, we're getting a movie, and I was like, they're just milking it dry.
It was always announced that there was a 4th season of Mando, because Jon Favreau wrote it during the 3rd season.
Yeah.
So
now I wonder if they reworked that into the movie or if they're going to still do a season 4. Because that'd be a lot.
That's a great question. Do we really want? I guess the movie will tell us if we really want another season.
Yeah.
3rd season ended so. I mean, it was good. It was a good ending, but
I mean, the 3rd season was so weird. You had Doc Brown that confused Mandalorian for a man in DeLorean, and he ended up in Star Wars. And
exactly.
Yeah, Lizzo and Jack Black.
That was good. That was good. I just wanted. That was good. I like that.
Thank you. All right, I'm here all week.
You've been waiting to do that. You look concerned.
Oh.
He's still processing.
He's gonna lose sleep tonight because that's the commercial.
I won't sleep tonight because of my job, but I am
The one that's putting you in
just-
debt.
I thought this would be fun for me to sit back and let you guys roll. And it has been for the most part. I've been over here laughing at you guys. You guys are doing great. Please keep it up. Just don't put my camera on if I turn my camera off ever again. Okay, cool.
That wasn't me. That wasn't
It
me.
wasn't me. I think it was
Yeah,
Eris.
yeah, okay.
I think it was Eris. I think it was Cam. He's backstage.
Yeah.
Totally. It was Debbie.
Right.
All right. No, I am concerned. I made the jokes about Sam Elliott. I had no idea he was actually there doing that. So the fact that you did that as a commercial really does concern me because you showed no more footage from your film.
Yeah.
I know we have several months left. There will be probably one more theatrical trailer release to get everyone hyped. I hope so. But that kind of concerns me that they went that route and spent that money and took that big of risk on a movie that was already such a big risk.
Yeah.
Because if I was on the fence about seeing it, like the fact I have TSD means I'm watching the movie, right? But if I didn't have TSD, I might wait the 2 weeks for it to hit Disney Plus.
Right. Honestly, it probably will. 'Cause I don't
Sorry.
think it's going to open well.
I don't think it will, and unless word of mouth, yeah. So I'm going into it initially was like, okay, let's roll, let's do this. I know what they're the feel, that they're going for, fine.
Yeah.
But when I saw the first trailer, I was like, little Grogu heavy for him being the smaller title character, and boom goes the dynamite. No crickets. Okay, thank you, Zane. I totally set you up. Dude, I dinged again. I'm gonna have to go.
Whoa.
So my point is, it's gonna end up on streaming, like you guys said, probably 2 weeks in. It concerns me greatly that you used no more footage and you spent $7 million plus the production cost of whatever that slop was. Unbelievable. I can't believe you guys did that. I'll be right.
Yeah. Well, and one of my concerns going into the movie was as a TV show, I think it looks great, but that doesn't always translate well to a big screen. And my concern is if it looks like the show on this, is how is that going to look in the theater? But yeah, that was just too big of a risk to take. And you've got 3 months before it comes out. And I think something that's common with a lot of streaming services is they do a lot of similar things when they don't have faith in a project. And that means fewer marketing. If it's a show, they'll dump the whole thing at once instead of weekly. And so seeing them with that, with very little promotion, 3 months before the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, you had a hit show that it's continuing on. Little concerning.
Yeah.
And we've in Kathleen Kennedy's exit interview, she was like, we have to take risks on projects and stuff. So if you think it's gonna do terribly, you should spend the same amount of money marketing it. Because if it can sell itself, you don't need to market it. But we saw that with Indiana Jones. That was zero marketing, and it crashed and burned. And Barbie and Oppenheimer did 10 times better.
Those were good movies.
Yeah. Well, one of them was.
I mean,
Barbie, of
Which one was
course.
that?
to stay hopeful.
Barbie, of course, Oh, we got him back.
To stay hopeful to it. Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
He is still processing.
So too bad you weren't quick enough for that one, Andrew. That was a sexy one.
I use some of the way that Dana looks at his show.
I gotta jump on a call real quick. But I wanted to jump in, and now I got distracted, and I don't even know what the hell I was going to say. So you know what? I got to jump on a call. I'm not going anywhere. So
Bye, Data.
keep the show going. Don't let it fail. I got stuff to talk about.
We could do a whole show of just
Yeah.
saying sound words.
Just weird stuff. No, but I think if to stay hopeful, because we've been so negative on this, so pessimistic,
Yeah.
them not having something could be a good sign. Maybe the whole movie is just full of such rich content that they don't want to share it. I've seen a couple movies do that
Yeah,
before.
that's true.
A lot of Marvel stuff will do that. A lot of Marvel during like Endgame and stuff like that did that, where they really, I mean, they showed some stuff, but it wasn't a lot. It left you wanting more, which Mando and Grogu does not. But
Right.
they really kept wraps on it until. So maybe this is the Infinity War. Maybe we're setting up for Endgame.
Yeah, and maybe we will get another trailer. I just think with the way they ended the show, I say ended, the way they ended season 3 was very like, if they ended it here, this is an ending. And so I think for people to convince them to go see a continuation of the story, if they did watch all of season 3, I think you have to do a little bit more of an effort into the marketing. And maybe they think the name Grogu will be enough. I don't think Grogu has the same pull now that he did 5-6 years ago when the show was at its peak.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it would have
So-
probably got better pull if they didn't use Rogu and did Baby Yoda. Because
Yeah.
you say Rogu, we all know what it means. You say Baby
Mhm.
Yoda,
Oh, yeah.
everyone is like, yeah, we know what this is. This is like Star
Mhm.
Wars Stitch green guy.
Exactly.
Though I will say, a lot of Star Wars fans will know more if you actually pronounce the G in front of his name as well.
Bruh. Yeah. So I just think
sorry.
I'm 50-50 on the movie. I have my doubts, but I also have my hopes. You know, help with Mando, your only hope kind of thing. I mean, I don't think the fandom is going to change whether the movie is good or bad. I would love to sit here in 3 months and be praising the movie and saying that was good.
Yeah.
Even with the trailer, we saw the story wasn't still like, there was cool shots and there were cool like characters, and I'm curious about certain plot lines, but I still wasn't as blown away with it as I thought I would be.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up. I don't remember where I saw it. There was like a video from one of the random official Star Wars accounts. I don't know what area, if it was like Japan or Korea, just some random one where it's Grogu crossing out the Baby Yoda name or like force pushing it. It's something weird. You know what I'm talking about? Because I remember that name being mentioned by an official Star Wars account. I can't find it though.
And I was listening to the Resistance broadcast in the past 2 days while walking out, and in Japan, there was a ton of hype for the movie and Rogu, even to the point where they, with all the snow, built like a snow sculpture of
wow.
Mando and Rogu.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, I definitely think there's
it's
still
hype in
hype
the United
around the
States.
character. Oh, sorry.
Like we said, we've heard almost nothing of it aside from just, hey, it exists. This is our one good ad and our one not so good ad for it.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you think they would be marketing it just a lot more, just from a, you know, you want to be proud of your project, or at least show that you're proud of it. I mean, even like with Marvel, so they just had Wonder Man come out, which has been a big hit. But prior to that, I knew nothing about the character. I never even heard of the character, but they did a lot of marketing for it. And I don't always watch all the TV spots or some of the trailers because I don't want too much shown, but they did enough that I was like, okay, I'm interested in this. I want to check it out. That hasn't happened yet with me. I mean, I'm going to watch. I'm going to go see it, of course, because it's Star Wars. But like, I could see from a casual fan's perspective, and then too, with movies not being in the theaters as long as they are anymore, I could see someone going, I'm going to wait till it's on Disney Plus and I'll just watch it then. Because because they're kind of almost marketing it like a streaming original movie. Because a lot of streaming original movies will get like one trailer, maybe a little bit of marketing here and there, and then it's out on the service. But you're not used to seeing that with a theatrical movie, especially if it's if they want it to be a big hit. So.
Oh, that's
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Dang,
It took a lot of time to make with bulldozers and stuff.
Dang.
Impressive.
Makes you think of the line of fanboys because they put all that effort into it. When they're getting in the theater, they go, "What if this movie sucks?" Because that's really cool. I mean,
I wonder.
That took a lot of time.
I mean, yes, they're not marketing it like at all in the States, but I wonder if some of it doesn't have to do with just how life is in America right now. There's just so much other stuff that we don't have a mind to watch movies.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, I don't know.
Right.
It just, like,
I could see from the general
personally,
public, you know.
yeah, like life just hasn't felt as, life feels more complicated now than it did whenever like Infinity War came out. But even then, I don't know. It just,
Why we need hope, right? We need like a fun movie. And I think that's what this could be, you know.
We don't
I would love for it to be like Solo level. Like this doesn't have to blow anything out of the water, but even if it was like Solo, where it's just a good time for the whole, it's a fun movie throughout the whole time, I consider that a win. And I think maybe hopefully that's what they're shooting for.
It's crazy. Yeah, this is going to be the first movie since the Skywalker saga ended.
Yeah, so it'll be 7 years.
Like that's big.
And that's also
7 years.
That's a bad thing.
It is.
2019 was when the last movie came out.
Gosh.
I mean, think about
that was when Mandalorian premiered at the same time.
Dang.
I was 14 when Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I was in high school.
I'm gonna be 21 by the time Mando and Grogu comes out.
I didn't think about that.
I was in middle school.
I mean, you think about that. Yeah, that's a long time to not have. I mean, they've had shows and stuff, but the movies are where it's their big. It's what has made Star Wars, and so Marvel's never gone 7 years without a movie.
And they need the 7 years break to make movies good again.
True.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts wasn't bad.
No, I like Thunderbolts. Marvel they've had a switch. They had like 2021 to 2023 was very up and down. Since then, though, I think it's been way more good than bad. There's been a couple projects here and there where I was like, okay, that was pretty
I wasn't a huge fan of the Marvels. I liked Miss Marvelous. Or whatever.
Really?
I had
a fun time with that movie.
Yeah, but
you have like your secret
their own
and stuff that was just like, oh.
Yeah, but then they toss away something as good as like Moon Knight or Shang-Chi.
Right.
Or
in
my opinion, I liked Eternals, and it's led up so much stuff to be added to the story, and then they haven't touched on it at all.
Yeah, I liked a lot of ideas in Eternals, but I think it was just a little long. But no, I mean, I still liked it. I still liked parts of it, but I just say, I mean, 7 years is a long time, and even then, the movie that's coming out it doesn't have to be, but it's not connected to the previous movies. Obviously, I don't think it has to be Starfighter, isn't, which I'm really looking forward to.
I'm really hoping that's.
But then after Starfighter, I don't think there's any movies on the slate that have a date. At least
I don't
like the
think
Rey
so.
movie. I don't think has a date because it keeps going back and forth between work on it. You know
what? I've heard as speculation. Simon Kinberg has East trilogy he's making. And I think because of the Rey movie they announced at Star Wars Celebration is no longer a thing, in my opinion. Because we had Hunt for Ben Solo. And that would have been made if Disney was like, no. So the thing might be combining both ideas into episode 10 and continue on with another trilogy after episode 9.
Yeah.
Would it be called episode 10? because it's
I
a
think-
whole new saga. That's
trilogy. But
saga because Skywalker Saga's over. Like,
but
what are
But
they?
I think they can
what if they're
still
gonna
call it
focus?
episode 10 just because you have characters from the Skywalker.
Yeah,
so like my opinion, Skywalker Saga ended at Return of the Jedi, and we have that new trilogy of that's just your new
Yeah.
trilogy. It isn't connected. Yes, we have the whole Palpatine Skywalker bloodline battle thing, but
maybe it's the NJO saga, huh? It's the start. We get two more trilogies, dude. We could have a whole trilogy, like a whole saga on.
What baffled me
Order?
about the Ben Solo stuff, the hunt for Ben Solo stuff, was I think we can all agree Ben Solo was and Kylo Ren was one of the best parts of the sequel trilogies, like one of the best characters that was introduced then. And I don't see a lot of hate for him online. So when Disney was pitched this movie by a great director and writer, and Adam Driver's on board, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this spin-off movie," and they're like, "No," it's like, realistically, what do they have to lose? Because it's probably a pretty inexpensive movie to make.
and even like
You
the
know.
director, from what I've read and heard,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do big productions.
Right. And I heard a lot of people liked the script that read it. So I'm thinking, I mean, it just seemed like easy money to me. But
Lore Master is sharing a meme, but I don't want to put it up until he joins. You're gonna have to join. You're gonna have to join.
Why it was canceled? Like, will we ever get a reason?
I think just, well, do you know, Tiger? Because I don't know.
I have a thought of
Yeah,
it.
just hesitation regarding bringing the character back to life.
Adam Driver's recent filmography. He hasn't done anything that was impressive or making a lot of money. So
I can see
that
that.
big thing was Star Wars. So
Kind of
Yeah.
sucks. He's a great actor.
The hard part is I've seen movies with him that were great, but they didn't do well at the box office. Like he had
I'm
the
not
last.
going to acknowledge that.
He
You gotta-
had
you gotta join the stream.
The Last Duel, which was a great movie that he was in, but unfortunately it didn't do well. But I just think, and you make a low budget movie on Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. People like Adam Driver as an actor for the most part. People like the character. You can make it. You can make it for probably under 100 million. I'm sure, easy. And you're probably going to get a big return on that because I think a lot of people would want to see it. But I think, these are the same people that flip-flopped the entire time with the sequel trilogy, which is, I think, the biggest thing that hurt it. So it doesn't surprise me, but it is unfortunate. So
That's real. Okay, now I'll put it on stream. Because he snapped it mid-conversation. What would you think of this? Ben Barnes and Sam Whitworth.
who are those characters on the bottom? I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think those are in canon. I don't know who those are.
Oh, because
Revan, maybe.
I think that might be Revan. That could be Malik, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
I could see it.
I guess. One of them could be Darth Talon. I think the bald one, right? Oh my god. So speaking of Old Republic, I started playing by the way, those are great choices. Thank you for sharing that. I started playing Old Republic again and they like oh my god. They started they like changed the UI all over again and they have like a whole timeline section now which shows where in the timeline of the games because there's like 6 DLCs, but where you are in the timeline, what happens here. It's so cool. If you have a computer, Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you like to read,
I don't have a computer.
Braun. Yeah, not at all. Yours could probably run it. It's not that intensive. Good games. Probably some of the best Star Wars video games that are still being updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything new games?
I don't really keep up with them, to be honest.
Yeah. I know there was that
saw a
racing
funny
game, but
I saw a funny post the other day on that racing game. I forgot what it's called, but the headline was it was the name of the game, and it said "will feature racing," and I was like, "Really?"
I mean, I'm the wrong guy
love
to
that.
ask. The most recent Star Wars game that I played was the 2005 Battlefront 2.
oh, that's a fun one though. Did you play it when they re-released it, or just back in the day?
No, so my dad has the copy for the Xbox.
Dang.
Nice.
I also have Battlefront 1, 2 for PS2.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
never a PlayStation person, but that's what I played it on.
And then I have the new 2 for Xbox 1.
Then I had another Star Wars game for my computer, but the files corrupted, and the DVD that you used to install also corrupted.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Dude, I wish they made games like that still. You know,
Yeah.
Republic Commando, one of the best Star Wars games.
Star Wars Commando, the Clash of Clans Star Wars game.
Dude, that was
yeah?
I remember playing it when it came out.
Yes. And like,
Oh.
I wish I could play it still.
That was good. There's still a Galaxy of Heroes, which I don't like. My dad, he might pop in if he hears us talking
I know
about it.
Dana
Probably
loves
not. He play every day. He tells me every time I'm there. He wakes up, goes on the toilet, opens up, does his dailies. No.
Copyright.
Yeah, we're not gonna. That's important stuff. But yeah, I bet he vouched for it if he could. Every day he's doing his dailies. He's been doing it since the game came out. It came out before episode 7.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's an old game. If you like gambling, there's also the trading card game, which I am addicted to. I pulled some
What a
really
pitch
sick.
right there.
We don't like gambling here, but if you do,
Yeah. I got a question for y'all about Starfighter because I know it's very early on. Oh, nice. He gambler, I'm just kidding. Would y'all rather it be a project that plays it safe, like Force Awakens, but it's well received, or take risks like The Last Jedi, where you might really love it, but it divides the fandom?
one of one.
Can I buy that from you? I'll get
No, it's one of one.
it.
So for
I
me,
mean-
I'd rather they play it safe and it succeed, because I feel like Star Wars has done a lot of things that haven't succeeded too. So I feel like we do need some things to succeed.
I agree.
Out of 5.
Dang.
Sorry, I'm so hung up. I like that. No, but honestly, Starfighter, I almost want to see them play it risky. I want to see them do what they can, because as someone who's read the X-Wing books, amazing in Legends, introduces so many good characters. It just has an amazing story. One of the best series in Star Wars.
Well, they are taking one risk in that it's all original characters. There's no pre-existing characters in the movie that has been said. So that's a risk right there.
Yeah. But I think it's very doable.
Oh, yeah.
It's very doable. I mean, you saw Rogue One.
Right.
They really didn't have, at least if you talk about on-screen film, they really didn't have anyone who was already there except for the very end.
Right.
Right. And even if you just don't watch the end of the movie, you just watch what's there, it's still an amazing movie, which shows that there's opportunities to show this.
Well, I guess it had Andor, but Mandalorian, even when it started.
Yeah.
So it's
possible.
Even like Acolyte, we knew nothing about, but
get this guy out of here.
It's terrible. So,
except Chimere, I thought his character was really cool.
Yes.
And I wish
Chimere,
he was definitely the highlight of the show for me.
I like Soul. I like Jackie. That's it.
I liked Osha's acting range.
To be fair, okay. To be fair, she did play twins, and
She played the
it
same
wasn't
character
bad.
twice.
It wasn't bad.
But here's the
I
thing.
will say,
As that isn't easy to do. But for me, the twins felt like they felt like the same person. Like it was just her playing the same character
Yes.
twice.
Yeah.
Instead of it feeling like two different. Because I mean, there were times where if I didn't know the character's name, I couldn't tell you who it was. And but yeah,
Well, there were some scenes
Yeah.
that
I know it.
designed that way too. But even on the scenes that they weren't, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah. There's better ways of doing it. If you've ever seen the movie Legend, which is Tom Hardy, he plays twins in like the backwaters of London. I don't know, somewhere in England. But he does it so
bad.
well. He gives each character, and it's also the writing, and that's a big part of it. But he makes each character feel unique, and that's a big part of what Acolyte was missing.
Even Michael B.
They
Jordan
felt kind of just there and not their own people.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I mean, like there were people that actually thought Michael B. Jordan had like a twin brother because he did such a good job of making them different characters. And so I just think there was a lot of good ideas. I say a lot. There were good ideas in the Acolyte that just weren't fully fleshed out, or the execution wasn't there. The budget was almost as big as Andor's, and you couldn't see it on screen. It looked like a middle school play. Some of the sets.
And we were talking briefly about Acolyte before the show about Plagueis.
Yeah.
And yes, we've overdone Palpatine in after the original trilogy, but we need this story, continue it to Phantom Menace, see how he became this ultimate puppet master, playing 4D chess against himself for the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can easily be.
And what were you saying? What were you saying about Plagueis that Leslie Headland said?
That the inspiration behind the character was Gollum. The way that they were trying to portray her quote was something, I'm paraphrasing, but like the way they were trying to portray Plagueis was like Gollum. So
I don't even have a good soundboard for that.
What amazes me though, and don't get me wrong, I understand when you make a project, you put a lot of work into it and you want it to be good. But we're getting close to 2 years, about a year and a half, almost 2 years since the show came out. And that's like all she's talking about. And I don't know if she hasn't done anything since, but at this point, I don't see a season 2 getting greenlit anytime soon. Even when there was a big uproar from the fans of let's sign a petition and get it out there, which I'm for if they can improve on things. It lost Disney so much money, and the viewership got worse with each episode. Like by the end, I think it was like I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a huge drop off. Huge. And so I would be shocked if a season 2 ever happened. I mean, they've done the book. They released a companion book with green Jedi lady. I don't remember her name.
I honestly don't remember her.
I don't remember anyone's name outside of a few characters. But anyway.
And speaking of the viewership, I was taking some in-person summer college classes. Oh, that was hard to say. I was taking some in-person summer college classes at the time that it was releasing. And my professor was a big Star Wars fan. And so after the first 3 episodes dropped, he's like, yeah, I cannot watch the rest of this. Yeah. I just hated these 3 episodes so much. I'm sorry, but I cannot.
It was tough to get through, even as like a Star Wars purist, and even with having the podcast, I was like, "This is tough," because the first 2 episodes weren't bad. Like I was like, "Okay, there's some good stuff in here," and episode 5 had some good stuff in it, but yeah, I mean, it was just, it was rough.
It was rough moments. There were epic moments in it, but
it was Boba Fett rough.
It was Boba Fett into it.
Yeah. because there was no real reason to really be invested in the characters. Like they never really went deep into their backstories to get us like I mean, we learned about the twins and their backstory and everything, but then there was like that like song in episode 3 that like it's Power of One kind of thing. I was just like, what are we doing here? Like I almost couldn't watch episode 4 because I was like, what if it's anything like episode 3? Like, what are we doing here? Like personal stuff aside, I was just like, this just is bad. So I mean, look, they took a risk. It didn't pay off. And I think a lot of that too, if y'all remember the press leading up to it, I don't expect actors to know all the lore about everything when they're acting in a franchise. But when they're just spitballing these things that are completely inaccurate, way out of left field, just for views and clicks and all this stuff, it makes me not want to watch your project because I'm like, well, did you put that same effort into the show? Like, is that what I'm going to be watching? You know, is this just going to be, I mean, Ki-Adi-Mundi, like, what was he doing in there?
Yeah.
Like, not even from a knowledge of the Sith, from a timeline standpoint, I think they even had to change his birthday, like his birth year, because I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know the exact.
Plagueis to be in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they even changed. I think when they announced it, they said this was going to be like 200 years before Phantom Menace, and then they switched it to like 50 or 75.
I originally heard it was supposed to be like 1,000 or so. So I must have been really off.
No, you know
Yeah,
what?
'cause
I do remember that. I think they switched it then to like 250 or something because they changed it when people were like, "What is this guy doing here? What's all this?" You know. But or maybe it was
supposed to take place
I don't know.
like in the middle of the High Republic.
And see, I'm not familiar with that era really at all. I haven't read any
just-
of the books.
They had one visual media piece, and that was the Acolyte. That's all they've done.
Yeah. Which is
They have
unfortunate
comic
because
book-
I'm sure there's a lot of great stories there. I just
I mean,
And
they have
if not, I'm
comic
sure it
books and
makes sense.
books. Exactly. They have comic books and books,
yeah.
and it's cool that they're there, but what gets people reading those books and those comics is having something they can look at and then adapt it to it. You know,
100%.
this is where my knowledge is. So now let's build into it. You can't just attract someone to a book with all these new characters in this giant franchise if you're not going to at least show them it first.
Yeah. Well, and I even saw a thing today talking about that. I think it was Leslie Headland or someone from the Acolyte said that the plan was to introduce the Knights of Ren later on in the show.
Star Wars
Ymir.
Theory. He was
Star Wars
talking
Theory,
about
yeah.
that.
That's And I'm like, part of me wonders now how much of this was an original plan or how much of this is we're going to say this to get a season 2. Because not waiting to say it till almost 2 years later, you know, wouldn't you have said that like around that time? Like, hey, this is what our plans are. I don't know.
Yeah. I think if they didn't put Plagueis in it, I think it would have been better. Because once they put Plagueis in it, it's like, okay, we know Kymeo's dead.
Yeah.
Palpatine became the apprentice and then the master. So,
Well,
what happened?
doesn't mean Kymir's a Sith. He never claims to be a Sith. He could be a Sith Inquisitor, a Sith Assassin.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be. Yeah. That's the only thing I could have against that thought. Granted, Kymir's dead at the end of the day, 250 years later. He's
right.
So
yeah.
But my man Plagueis. If y'all haven't read that book, I've said this for the sixth time.
I need to.
James Luceno,
I've read
amazing author. It's so good.
I need to read it. It's on my
I've read a
bookshelf.
Plagueis book. I don't know if it's the one you're talking about, though.
Probably. I think it's the only one.
One once thought as you do.
I like that. That was funny.
Nuh-uh.
Sorry, I just have that off.
I bet.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I think you can make the argument that Acolyte had more of a split in the franchise than any other project in Star Wars, at least what I saw, because it was you either really liked it or you hated it and you weren't allowed to be in between. And I was like, nah, there's things I like, but it's not enough to be like, I like the show.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't hate everything. The Jedi Wookiee, that was cool for the 2 seconds we got of him.
Yeah.
They marketed the heck out of Carrie Ann Moss, and she dies. She dies at the beginning. And they're like, and then you're probably wondering how I got here, and then she's in the rest of the show because it's like a flashback. But
Mhm. But dang, like they really wasted her character.
they did, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's,
they
that's
had
just a big name. You don't see a lot of big names like that in Star Wars. You know,
like they had the guy from Squid Game as Soul, and he's
Yeah.
amazing actor, and he did a good job with what he had. He acted the hell out of that role.
he did.
Writing wasn't good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he was amazing.
Mhm.
Such
I just
missed
think
opportunity.
too, like, because I think a lot of the people that watch the show weren't familiar with the High Republic media, and so I think when you take that, and maybe it's just risk to me, but it seems like a lot of risks for an introduction period show.
Mhm.
And maybe with someone that's familiar with the High Republic, there weren't a lot of risks, but for me, I just was like, this is not what I'm used to. I don't care about these characters like I would like to, but I don't know.
No,
Hey,
true.
you should have more live action Wookiees.
Yes.
Yes.
We need to give Jonas the ability to play more
Yeah.
Wookiees.
Because he doesn't want to dress up in a walking carpet.
Oh, man. Well, even something like Skeleton Crew that took place way in the future, that's a new era, but that was a big hit. I like that show a lot.
Skeleton Crew was great.
It was like the complete polar opposite of what happened with Acolyte, but
Yeah, they didn't market out it at all compared to the Acolyte, which got a decent amount of marketing.
yeah. And Skeleton Crew was great. I really enjoyed that show. I would love a season 2.
That would be crazy.
Can't do Stranger, like we said on Saturday. Can't do the Stranger Things thing. We can't have them be 20 years old still playing kids.
Exactly.
You have to start it now.
If you do the Percy Jackson thing, where they're already filming like new seasons and stuff.
Yeah, what James Cameron did with Avatar.
Or just do what you do with Harry Potter and start filming the first movie while you're writing the 4th or 5th book. I forget which one it was.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember. I wasn't alive. I heard for opening when Sorcerer's Stone opened that weekend. That Monday they started filming Chamber of Secrets. So it's like, you gotta stay on top of these things, especially
Just now. Do a time jump. That's
right.
It's needed.
Time jump would be cool, but what about Jadna? Jadna Nawa.
Yeah.
He's such a cool character.
He was.
He's like you in D&D, carrying a lightsaber. Don't know why.
Right. I still don't know how I got a lightsaber in my inventory.
I was the one who told you guys this job.
Yeah. I still don't know how I got the backstory that I was like, I don't even remember
It's just like you're wandering around, feeling your pocket, and you're just like, where'd this come from?
For real, just like it was in your bag of holding.
I'd be like, did I kill a Jedi? Oops.
You're like, yeah.
Wow, what a waste of an inventory slot. I could have had another cooler weapon.
You could have given it to like blew it out to like Dana or Cam, and then they dual wielding lightsabers.
Right.
I mean, they technically don't have that skill, but who's to say that they can?
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's all for the unlock it, you know?
They have to be a fighter to dual wield.
If I'm not mistaken. Rules.
I know. Oh, I leveled up because I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it so that y'all knew how to do it.
Yeah, I still need to level up because
it's just rolling dice. It's just rolling dice. You don't get any different.
I still have the coolest rolling dice moment in the history of D&D, not just our Star Wars, but all of D&D. When I rolled 2 dice and one was a 6 and one was a 7, like what the heck?
That was crazy. Oh, I'm excited.
Dana had asked us in our chat to create clips from the episode, so I went in and I screen recorded that and I sent it in our chat. Dana went,
"That was over here just
Yeah. Oh, we got him back.
Oh,
I am
he's actually
still working, but that doesn't mean I don't have an ear to the ground, which leads right here. Oh my god. No. Great time. Yeah, I know. Till you got to that. I gotta go. But thank you guys for tuning in. Zane, when you're ready, just text me. I'm at my other desk working. I'll shut the show down. Just say, oh, no, and I'll jump over here real quick and listen and shut it. Cool.
I got you.
I did. My advanced roll was at 20.
Oh
my god.
Right, let me re-roll.
Just
Sorry about that,
you.
I don't know why you can't see the second dice, but it was 7.
Are you kidding me right now?
And it didn't hit. It did no damage, but it was
No,
worth
it did not hit.
It did nothing, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it was fun listening to you guys play because I put it on doing homework.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to join, if anyone wants to join, message me or Eris in the Discord. We can just get y'all's kind of level to where we're at and introduce y'all into the campaign. It'd be so much fun. Love
Both
playing.
your characters have to randomly have a lightsaber. That is one of the rules.
No, I think I can wield the lightsaber. I think I can wield it. I don't.
You're like a droid that has a lightsaber.
Question is, can you dual wield?
Yes, we will let your character.
You can. Apparently, you can. Not only as a fighter. So. Oh, there's so much. Yeah. Star Wars. So. Going back an hour and a half later. What is your final say? Is the Clone Wars better than Rebels, or is Rebels better than the Clone Wars?
I think we should let our guests go first. I mean, it's proper.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, okay. Yep. Tiger, you're first.
So, I would say that I told you, Dana, on the episode that we did, Ezra Bridger is one of my favorite characters, and it's multiple reasons why, but you gotta actually see him become a Jedi, also find a family without having a family. Yes, Clone Wars does show Ahsoka and the relationship between Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, and all that, but it didn't seem like a family. Even though Clone Wars is amazing, Rebels makes you feel like you can be part of it, as well as it's a deeper show, and you can see it deeply as you watch through and see how Ezra progressed through the season, sacrificing himself and taking Thrawn to the unknown galaxy, and then the events of Ahsoka too. So, Rebels.
Oh, let's go. That's one vote for Rebels. Echo.
Helps to unmute. So
yeah, it does.
Personally, I prefer the art style of the Clone Wars over Rebels, and I also prefer the prequel era. But at the same time, I do still like Rebels, and Thrawn is also one of my favorite characters. So I'm kind of just split 50-50 on it.
You got to pick right now.
If I had to pick, I'd probably go with Clone Wars.
Andrew, you suck.
Yes.
I mean, I guess, yeah, it makes sense.
Because we also get Order 66.
That is true. Order 66.
No.
I would say I'm very I have same thought process as Echo there. I'm kind of split overall because I think as far as the impact that it's had on Star Wars, I think Clone Wars has had more of an impact. It's made people appreciate the prequel trilogy more. But Rebels too just has great stories. Like I said, overall, it's more consistent, I think, with its quality. But I really love the animation of Clone Wars. But Rebels has Thrawn. So, I mean, I'm split 50-50 on it. It's tough. I mean, I love both of them. So whatever I say does not mean I hate the other show.
Blaster pistol to the head. You got to pick.
Clone Wars, because there's more to rewatch. So if I was like stuck with it, like if I could only pick one of the shows, but Rebels isn't very close. It's very close. It's probably more of a mood thing. Like tomorrow, you ask me, I could say Rebels because Zane has 2 blasters on me. But
Really?
So Clone Wars, but Rebels is very close.
All right, you already know where I lie on this.
How much is he gonna mention Thrawn?
So Thrawn, the TV show.
I didn't even mention Zahn once.
Thrawn, the TV show, is one of the best out there, and I honestly would put it. Rebels is above Clone Wars. I just think when it comes to rewatchability, when I want to pick an episode and just get thrown into a story that's good, and I know it's going to be good, Rebels. Clone Wars is hit or miss when it comes to whatever they have, and that's kind of what I'm hearing from a lot of y'all. Clone Wars, good, has the better art style. I can't admit I do like Clone Wars art style better. They have good stories, really good stories, and Rebels, they're so close. They are so close. I do have bias because of a certain blue guy.
What's Papa have to do with this?
Papa Smurf, best character in the whole show.
I mean, I gotta say, Rebels has a lot of peak to it, and it's very close when I pick Clone Wars because when you do if I were to do it based on laws of average, Rebels all day. But I think there's just a little bit more because I didn't grow up with either show, so I don't have like a nostalgia bias to either. Not that you do, Zane or Dana, but I'm just saying, like, when I'm trying to pick, I mean, when you look at season 7 of Clone Wars, take out those 4 episodes with the Martinez sisters, and you have one of the best seasons of a show that I've seen ever. Not just animation, but just in general. And so it's tough.
It is. And that's why we ask these questions.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could just say both. I wish I could just say 50-50 like Tiger or Echo. But
that's not how it works.
It's Dr. Dana's show. He won't let us.
It is Dr. Dana's show. Yeah. Well, we want to thank y'all for watching. Right. Tiger, Echo, any socials you want to give out? Anything coming up? Anything big?
Biggest thing is finishing up season 2 of the Mando. This is a way recap, and then we are taking a week off. I'm going somewhere. I've got 2 flights to watch all of Book of Boba Fett. So
It'll be a tough plane ride.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I land how I feel. But we'll do 1 episode over Book of Boba Fett, all of it, and then trying to get season 3 done, probably 2 episodes at a time, and then Maul Shadow Lord, and the big finale for This Is the Way, the movie review. So.
Yeah, heck yeah.
We can only hope it's good things we have to say about it.
For real.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, anything coming up on the Feast of Fandoms?
No, we're taking the next year off from shows. So no. Monday nights, we got into Monday. We're doing our Wonder Man reviews. So we just did episodes 3 and 4. We'll do 5 and we'll do 5 next week and 6 and 7. We'll do 5 and 6. On Cantina, we're continuing our Clone Wars reviews on Thursday nights. I don't remember if it's an arc. Oh, we've got the Siege of Mandalore. I think it's what's next. So look forward to that. And yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, for me, I am Dr. Dana. And if you want to see me live, right?
It wins, Volume 1.
What? This has been Dr. Dana. This has been 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana. No.
Take control of your phone one step at a time.
Yes, Dr. Dana. If you go to this website right here, www.emilm.com, you get to see his 1 Minute Wins. He is a great leadership coach. Sadly, he is not here. Did you just pop him up here?
No, I didn't. Oh, we got what the heck? Dang,
he's like gone. But
can't do that.
Anyways, he can't be here, I guess, to like talk about it. But amazing guy. Look up his stuff. Great leadership coach. He has this book out, 1 Minute Wins.
This is a great book.
Yeah, Volume 1. There's like 100 and something of them. Dude, every single week there's at least one episode of a podcast released to go along with it.
Just crossed like 50 the other day.
Yeah, you can go over with the book. You can go over it by itself. Both are very valid and are amazing. You can check the book out. I think he has a link on the website, but I think it's on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have any links from Dana, you know.
Also down here, you'll see my Instagram, my correct Instagram. Here you'll see any shows that Zane, have coming up with the band that I'm in, Thomas Babiak in the 30 Rack, right? 30 Rack Band. We have a good amount of shows coming up, I will say. We have, what is it? The 26th, that's a Thursday. We are playing in San Marcos, Texas, Cheatham Street Warehouse. We're headlining there. And then Saturday, we're actually playing outside of the Moody Center in Austin. Eric Church is playing inside, but we're outside. So if you got your tickets, maybe not. I don't know how that works. You might as well come stop, see us. We're going to be at the biggest venue in Austin, so you might as well. Oh, that is Saturday, the 28th.
Okay.
Interesting.
I may have to check. I mean, that'll be in my area, so.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Thursday. Thursday. Okay, Thursday. What? March 19th, Rodeo Austin. We are playing on the outside stage. Gonna be great. Just y'all look forward to that. That's the outside. So that's the big stage. The outside. Yeah, and then April 23rd, we're at Cheatham Street Warehouse. We're opening up for some cat called Ryan Hunter. Will be a lot of fun. Friday, May 8th, we will be in San Angelo, Texas. So look forward to that at Blaine's Pub. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
I guess we're just waiting for the countdown now. If you're in chat, just kind of say that you're ready, and then I will do the outro. But, yeah, Star Wars! Woo!
This is preview of the After Dark.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Dude, they released the new Overwatch season, and I've already played it. It's so much fun.
Oh.
Always remember, kids, peace is a lie. There's only passion.
Example.
Be the